She wants to make things right and keep seeing him. I already filed for divorce without knowing it. My wife of almost 7 years, and we've been married for 10 years, told me 2 days ago that she had been seeing a guy for 8 months. Personally, I had my doubts, especially lately, but I held her to a high moral standard and never thought she could do something so hurtful and rude. During those 8 months, she and I went out to drinks, dinner, and other events with this guy. It just so happened that he was getting divorced at the same time that I thought of him as a friend. It was weird because my wife and I were acting like everything was fine while we had dinner, drinks, and hung out. That day I told her, either he's dead to you or I am. The powerful blow then came. She told him she wants to keep seeing him. She tells me and him that she loves us both. She had been building a life, love, and friendship for almost 7 years. I asked her how she could compare it to an 8-month fling. She said she was sorry she hurt me but couldn't answer. I told her that if she was sorry, she would have ended the date and paid attention to us. I'm shocked, angry, and ashamed that I didn't notice the signs, but I'm really sad and sorry. I'm not going to beg her to come back. I'm going to accept my fate and move on. If anyone who has been through this can give me some help, that would be great. Thanks for reading my story. Changes. First, I want to thank everyone in this group for their love and support. Sharing your thoughts and experiences has helped a lot. In short, my wife had been having an affair with a coworker who had just gotten split for 8 months. My wife and I hung out with them over dinner and drinks like we were friends. They were perfectly fine the whole time. She told me she loves me still but wants to see him. Her whole family knows what's happened since that post, and they're not happy with her at all. They've all called out to me to support me and tell me they love me. To them, I will always be family. She makes her sister mad, and she doesn't even want to see her. She said she won't be around this guy or bring her son around him after we get a divorce. As sisters, they were very close, and it meant a lot to me that she stood by my side. Because I'm busy this weekend, I haven't had time for her. I've scheduled a meeting with a lawyer for this Tuesday to begin the divorce process. I'm looking at other places to live, but I might try to buy her out and keep the house. I will also ask for spouse support since she makes more money than I do. I know the road ahead is still rough and work needs to be done. I'm happy with how things are going, though. Some people may have asked if we have kids. We don't. We have a dog that will be coming with me because I raised and trained her. It will be much easier for her, and she won't have to call me while I'm gone. Thank you all so much. I would not have made it through these first few days without you all. In the future, when I'm better, I'm going to share my story to help other people like you helped me. A lot of love, Survivor family. I'll let you know as things go on. One more update. For those who have been keeping up, my wife admitted to having an affair with a friend for 8 months on May 23rd. She still told him she loved him and wanted to keep seeing him after she admitted it. So my answer was to pay $5,000 for a lawyer and file for divorce. Besides that, I will also nail her behind for divorce payments. As it turned out, she had a quick realization right after I filed. She ran back to me, wanting to fix things and work on our relationship. I told her I would think about it, but I wasn't sure. I only told her that because I want to keep a good relationship with her while I'm going through this breakup. But please know that the split is final and there's no going back. It's a final choice for me. The reason I want to keep things friendly until we can sell the house is so she doesn't know that I filed for divorce. But she will be served around September 1st, and then everything will go crazy. I don't care about it though. I've made up my mind. I'm going to move on with my life, and I think other people who have been through the same thing should do the same. I'll let you know when more work is made. The next update. Everyone, it's been a while since I last wrote, but I've made a lot of progress. My soon-to-be ex-wife and I have agreed on how to split our money. My lawyer has now sent us back the CR2A form that has all of our decisions about how to split our money. It's time to send it back and sign it. After that, it will be used by the courts. I will start selling the house as soon as the court or my lawyer gives me the all clear. The process has been hard for me because I've had to be patient the whole time. But you guys, my family, and my friends have given me a lot of love. Really helped me decide what to do and move forward to where I need to be. Every day I feel better. I feel like I'm getting back in charge of my life as more things are taken care of. I bought LifeLock to protect my money, credit records, and everything else. Along the way, I've even gone on a few dates just to keep myself busy and make sure I don't go too long without talking to anyone. I feel pretty good all around. I'm not going to change my mind. In case you're still not sure, take it from me. It's the smartest choice you'll ever make. You need to think about what's best for you and your future. I know it's not easy. I'll do my best to send you a report once the deal is signed and we start getting the house ready to sell. Thanks to everyone who has been watching me and being nice to me here. I'm sorry it took so long to get the changes, but I needed to reach a big goal first. One more final change. Op's last message was on September 2nd, 2023. Hello, thanks for asking how I'm doing right now. The person I'm going to marry soon and I have both moved out of our house. The house has been for sale, and there are two people who want to buy it. The closing on the house should happen on September 14th. On September 18th, my divorce will be official. Time has passed, and I feel a lot better and less worried. I have no doubts at all about the choice I made. As much as I love her, I had to make the tough choice to look out for my own health and safety. It will be about 4 months from the time she told me she had an affair to the time the divorce is final. I thought about the choice for a while, but I quickly decided that our relationship was over. I still have a lot of feelings to work through, but I'm at a calm point in my life now. I'm glad I decided to leave that bad scenario behind. Another thing is that the op said something on October 17th, 2023. Hello, thanks again for asking. It's been a while since I submitted anything here. The house has been sold. The sale brought in $160,000 for me. The split is over, and all of our business dealings are over. There have been big changes in my life, and I've also found a wonderful woman to spend time with. For those of you who aren't sure if you should leave or are still trying to decide, if you're mad at your partner for cheating, let me be the voice of reason. At first, it's hard because you're not sure about the choice. You believe that things could get better or go back to how they were. The truth is that things never go back to how they were. They don't change who they are. Really, the only question you need to ask yourself is whether you want to keep being lied to, hurt, and unhappy. Most of all, I made my choice because I respect myself and want more from my life. I had to work hard mentally and otherwise, and the process wasn't easy or simple. But overall, I don't regret my choice. I also know that everyone's situation is different, and that there are things going on, like kids, that I didn't have to deal with. But I think the best advice I can give you is to really look at your life and ask yourself, is this where I want to be in 5 years? Do I want this in my life? It was a great choice for me. It was a chance for me to start over and leave a situation that was draining me mentally and made me feel like I wasn't worth anything. Last thoughts, yes, the end of that part of your life happened when she told you she loved someone else. You were seriously hurt, but you made it through and are now healthy and whole. It's a good thought to make a 5-year plan. It can be hard to be honest with yourself, and not many people can really look inside themselves to find the answers. It's important that you looked out for yourself and kept doing that. You loved her, but you did the right thing by letting her go. People want someone in their life who will love them and never give up on that love. No one who really loves you will look for love in someone else's eyes. What do you think? Next, this cheater needs to pay back something. My girlfriend cheated on me, but she wants to get back with me. I was 23 years old at the time, and my girlfriend, a woman in her 20s, was with me for 3 years and almost 4 years. We have a kid together. It was great to be together. We never fought and got along great. During our relationship, we never had any big problems. My wife and I worked very hard to get our house. I did everything I could to make sure she only had to worry about our son. I and she both loved being stay-at-home moms. Things started when she wanted to work and make her own money. I was fine with that, because my job was stressful and I had to worry about paying my bills and making sure there was food on the table. It would really help me. Her goal was to watch, even if it meant making only $100 a week. It's better to have something than nothing. I told her she didn't have to do it because I was taking care of it just fine by myself. We didn't have a lot of extra cash, but the bills were paid and there was food on the table. That's what things that count. She got it. And she told me that helping me out would make her feel better and like she was making a bigger difference in our family. It was more than enough for me to tell her that she was taking care of our son and keeping the house mostly clean, even though there was a 2-year-old around. So we told her she could get a job babysitting, which she did pretty fast. At 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, this guy with 2 girls needed someone to watch them. From 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and make at least $300 a week. And that seemed good to me. After 1 week, he starts telling her how great she is with his girls and how much they love her. He also starts to hit on her. Since I usually work the night shift after 2 p.m., I didn't know he was interested in her at this point. 1 p.m. That night, she told me that he was hitting on her after I got home. I asked her if she told him to stop. I didn't worry too much because she told me yes and she always let me and I trusted her. Learn about these kinds of things. I don't search my partner's phone because I think it shows lack of trust between two people. However, she always looked through mine. I didn't think much of it though, since I didn't have anything to hide. After another week, he hits on her again and says nicer things about her. The texts are shown to me by my lover. She has still not replied to him at this point. I asked her again if she told him to stop and let him know she was already taken. Another thing that makes me mad at the guy is that he hasn't paid my lady for babysitting at all. It's been 2 weeks. Food has been paid for 2 more kids in my house who aren't even mine. He kept giving lies as a reason, and I didn't like it at all. After another week he finally pays her. We were really struggling to get food. I told her. That's great. Let's go get some food also. I'd like to point out that he only paid her $300 when he owed her $900. I know that things like that happen in life, so I was understanding. We're going to get in the truck to go shopping for food. Her 2 girls have told her they'd rather go to the pool than go, so she won't be going. We all pay $20 to use the pool in our big town. My lady says we can check out the pool and then go get food. At this point, I told them no. The pool wasn't the most important thing. I said we could go get food first and then, if we had money, go to the pool later. Then she gets into a fight with me and says that the girl's right to want to go to the pool is fine. In the end, I drove off with our son after a short but heated fight. To forget about the fight, I took him to see my mum. My mother went to talk to my girlfriend after hearing what I told her. I guess things also got hot. I have no idea what was going on or why she was acting that way, but I didn't like it. It's true that my mum shouldn't have been involved. I didn't mean to engage her, but she was the only person I could talk to about it at the time. My sister also went to talk to her and made everyone feel better. It was even her offer to go on a girls' night out with her. It seemed like a good idea since it would give my son and me time to spend together. So when I go to pick them up later that night, she's really drunk. Before I lay her down in bed, I carry her inside and watch over her while she throws up. I see a text message on her phone that says good night, beautiful, from the guy whose child she is watching. I'm not sure what to think now because she told me he stopped hitting on her or being mean to her about it. So I read the messages, and what I saw broke my heart. I felt angry right away. I had no idea what to do. I did nothing but stare at the wall at my kitchen table for an hour. I called her dad, who works nights, and told him what was going on. In this case, he made me feel better and told me not to do anything stupid that I'd turn around and hate. I broke some things I bought for her outside after going through the house and getting them. Then I got my son and went to a friend's house where there was a room available for us. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep going with this story. You can also ask me anything you want. She did well enough to become a wife and mother to a nice new family. Also, you shouldn't have had to pay for anything yourself. I saw some pretty bad texts on my girlfriend's phone recently. She texted the guy whose kid she was watching, and I saw that they both said mean things about me in their texts. It had been going on for 2 weeks. They would start each day by calling each other pretty, hot, sexy, etc., and do it every morning and night. This took place around Father's Day, which was also painful. I saw texts that talked about when I worked, and going home, etc. I didn't sleep at all that night. I went back to talk to her the next morning. She asked me if I was ready for it to end. I said yes, for sure, and that we needed to find a way for her to get back to her family. Her family lived all over the US, so we'd have to get on a plane. As we talked more, she tried to make the point that some people in my family had cheated on others and that not all relationships are faithful. It looked like she was trying to find reasons to explain away what she had done wrong, so she wouldn't feel so bad about it. Are you ready for the best part? She never said she was sorry, so I told her I was done and I wanted it to be over. We talked for a while longer on the couch. In the end, I gave up and said I would try to get through it. At that very moment, all I could think about was my son. Because I wanted to be there for him, I broke up with my lover at the time. She would have moved back in with her family, and I wouldn't have had as much time to see my son. After a month, things are still not going well. I really wanted to get along with her, but every time I saw her, I would fight and tell her she was cheating on me. She didn't seem to get that I would never look at her the same way again. I was done at this point. There was no way I was going to be with her again, and I didn't want my son to see his parents having a bad relationship. I decided to end it, and for the sake of our son, we would try to co-parent as best we could. She finally said she was sorry and asked for a second chance to earn my trust again. She asked if I could fix something, but I told her no. I told her how I felt and what I thought we should do next. She told me right then that she didn't need me and that I was the one who was wasting a 4-year relationship by leaving quickly. She keeps asking me if there's any chance of us getting back together after yet another few months. I told her the truth, I didn't know. You never know what will happen in life. But I said it wasn't likely. This is something she kept asking me, and I always told her the same thing. She sent me love quotes and forgiveness quotes for months on end. I politely asked her to stop several times, but she kept doing it and sent I love and miss you almost every day. She keeps doing it, even though it's been over a year. She keeps talking to me even though I've told her many times that we should only do so if it has to do with my son. As of right now, I'm fine. I'm working on myself by working out and getting a little more fit. I have a good job. At least once a week I talk to my son, and it's fun to have him over the summer. Right now I'm talking to a girl, and we've been on a few slow dates. I'm beginning to really like her because she's so beautiful. No, I'm not going to tell my ex about the girl. It's really not her business. Only talk about my son when we talk to each other, never about anything else. We will no longer need to call each other once my son is old enough to have his own phone. Also, I think she still thinks we're going to get back together, even though I just recently told her that wasn't going to happen. I love you texts are still coming from her, and every picture of my son she sends me is of the two of them smiling. I rarely talk to her. And the answers I give are very short. I can't just block her because she's the main person I talk to about my son. I'm not sure what to do next. I'm just interested in any ideas you have for moving forward. It's not worth the fight because she was a great mom for 3 years and was a stay-at-home mom. She has never said she would keep him from me. And I don't think she ever will. But I also thought she wouldn't turn on me. I've read a lot of these stories and found them interesting, so I agreed to share mine. Thanks for reading, and I hope you liked it. It's a lot, I know. That was a bad ending to the first post. Thoughts from the community. Yeah. As I said before, it's hard to choose the hard things, even if it means you can't see your child. It's hard when you have a child. But there are some things that can't be fixed. She lied to you right in front of you, and then tried to make up for it by acting like it was okay to do. But there are times when we have to make those tough choices in order to do what's best for us. Do you have a story like this? Write your answer in the box below. Thanks for being here today. Want to make sure you don't miss our next video? Like, subscribe, and click that bell icon. Have a nice day.